instructor. Today I will be presenting the gdb.demo file, which makes some manipulation with the given data. The data from the countries.csv file. Here we see the countries ranked by like the ranks of the countries, their IDs, and etc. First, let's start with the country.java file. Here we see the country class, obviously. First, here we instantiate our we define the variables with which we will make some manipulations, as I mentioned before. Here we have the instantiation block, and then we see a lot of getter and setter methods that will be useful in the future. Then we see interesting parse from method that parses the value, parses the country instances from the given file and makes it comma separated. Then we have parse2 method that basically returns the data of the manipulated data and the manipulated values instances and makes it comma separated. And this parse2 method, it just returns the country instance to make it stored in the file in the future. Here we have file manager, the Java file. Here we see the file manager class. First we see that we define the countries variable, that is list of countries. Then we see the save countries method, which basically stores the updated data in a file, in the given file that we will define later. We have different files with which we will do this line. Here it basically just adds the data to a file with the given name, and it catches an exception we have any problems. Then we see the load countries from file method, which basically uses buffer reader to read the files, to read the data from the given file. In our case, it's just country CSV file. We don't need any files to read besides it. Here it just reads all the countries line by line and parses from these lines and adds the value to the country to make the manipulations later and catch an exception if we have any problems. Then we see our main file, the gdb.demo.java. Here we have gdb demo class. So here we assign countries variable to the written file. In our case, it's country CSV. It uses the load countries from file method, which is from file manager class. Here it is. Then we need to do some manipulations. We have their sort methods. Let's go to sort methods to understand what they do. This is our sort method. It basically sorts the data depending on the given value. For example, we have a switch statement. If it sees that we need to sort data by country name, it makes the manipulations to sort it, And if it sees that we need to sort data um, depending on continent keyword, it makes the same thing but with the continent, and it throws the illegal argument exception by default. Here we also see the order manipulation. If we see that the selected key is ascending, ASC in our case, it makes the sorting in normal order. And if we see that the order that we define is descending, it makes the comparator make the same thing but in reversed order. And it throws an illegal argument exception if we define some unknown order. For example, we just type something like this, it will throw this exception. Then we see our filter by continent method, which we use there in the 18th line to sort the countries by the given continent. In our example is Oceania. Here we see how it searches for the continent keyword. It gets the continent value if it's equal to the given continent. In our case it's Oceania. For example, it searched for the Oceania countries, and it basically returns if there is Oceania keyword in the continent block. And here we see the filter by per capita method, which is used here when we need to filter the countries by per capita in the 21st line. It does basically the same thing, but it rather compares the GDP of the country, and it sees if it is higher than the lower limit and lower than the upper limit, and it adds the country to the new table, just like it's doing it here, and it returns filtered in both cases, because in different case it wouldn't work. So basically it. Here are manipulations with the files. We store the given data using save countries method, again from the file manager class, and here are the provided files to store the data. Thank you for watching. This is it for today.